And before I forget, it's still August 10, 2023. I'm still in the studio. We still have some stuff to do today, and I'm preparing for tomorrow's show, Conspiracy Friday, here on the Ken Matthews Report. But before I forget, how do you know when there is another Donald Trump indictment coming? All you have to do is pay attention to what's happening to the Bidens. Now, most people know this. Most people understand this. The fact that so many still don't is very confusing to me. Romanians and Ukrainians revealed in new bank records, according to Comer. And if you missed it, President Joe Biden's family and other allies brought in at least $20 million from foreign sources, including Hunter Biden's business associates in Russia, Kazakhstan, and Ukraine, some of whom dine with the current commander-in-chief. You may know him as Corn Pop or Brandon. It's Joe Biden, and Joe Biden was the VP then, under Barack Hussein Obama, who you may know as the Obama-Messiah. Obama-Messiah. Don't forget to worship. The House Oversight Committee revealed all of this yesterday afternoon, and no one in the media covered it. I think some people on Fox may have mentioned it, but I'm sure there was a time limit on it. Hunter Biden, now 53, appeared to deliver Russian, Kazakhstani, and Ukrainian business people access to his vice president father in the Barack Obama regime, noting that each of the post-Soviet associates allegedly attended at least one of two dinners at Washington's Cafe Milano with the Bidens. During Joe Biden's vice presidency, Hunter Biden sold him as the brand to reap millions from oligarchs in Kazakhstan, Russia, and Ukraine. The long and short of it, Joe Biden repeatedly met with the business partners. He was on phone calls with the business partners. He would dine with them. There are photographs with them, despite what he said. And many members of his family, close to a dozen, received money from the business partners. It was a way to mislead people where the money was coming from. Although one guy gave Hunter a check. They wrote a check to his business group or whatever for the exact amount of the sports car that he wanted, and he went out and bought that with the check. So all this is happening, but nothing's happening. What do you make of that? So now it's all confirmed. What we saw on the laptop has been confirmed with evidence and testimony and photographs and text. So what are we going to do? We're going to indict Trump again next week. That'll be number 4. I do believe number 5 is on the way. I do think number 5 is coming. I don't want to say what it is because right now I'm just speculating, but I'm pretty sure I know there'll be a number 5, and that'll probably happen, I'm thinking, in September. Because by mid-September, there's going to be so much truth about the election, like the stuff that's breaking now in Michigan, which nobody's covering, truth of election fraud, more of it. There's going to be so much evidence about this damn vaccine. I just did a whole segment on it. And of course, I think more shoes are going to fall on the Bidens, the other shoe. So would he have to wear the shoe? Because Biden falls all the time. Does he have to be... I think shoes are going to fall on the Bidens, around the Bidens, whether Joe is falling in them or not. And in September, that will be, in my speculation, I could be wrong, That'll be indictment number 5, because indictment number 4, they're scrambling right now to get that baby up and running because of what just broke with the Bidens. I mean, based on what we've seen so far, Hunter and several other people in the circle should be in handcuffs. Joe should definitely be indicted, at the very least, or impeached. But you know how I feel about impeachment. I just don't think there's enough courage. I don't think there's enough effort, because I think as you dig deep, you realize that there's a lot of Republicans that are one of the following. They're either compromised, they're either doing things unethically, illegally, they're bought off. I mean, it's quite a selection. But to say that the Republicans aren't involved in a lot of the stuff that the Democrats are involved in, that would be ignoring the truth. And the truth is, Mitch McConnell, people like Mitch McConnell and Kevin McCarthy and John Boehner and Paul Ryan have never rushed to find the truth, regardless of where it leads, because it might lead to them. Now, I bring up former Republicans because a lot of things went on under Republicans for years. And I don't know about you, but sometimes I think the only reason Republicans don't want to grow a pair and really expose what's going on is because maybe the dirt will get on them. They maybe expose themselves. In fact, I think that's one of the reasons President Donald Trump is actually so calm and cool right now, because as we shared with the last indictment, it means more evidence coming into court. Keep in mind, this will be indictment number 4. However, this is an article from less than a year ago, right about a year ago. Mitch McConnell and Elaine Chao spent decades getting rich on China. I spoke of this on my radio show on numerous occasions. There's books on it, for goodness sake, about the glaring conflict of interest, because Chao's family has deep ties to communist China through parents' maritime shipping company. In other words, I'm trying to figure out how that it would be. Mitch McConnell's father-in-law owns a big shipping company, and the Chao family has deep ties in China. So you may remember a year ago, former President Donald Trump called attention to all this. And everybody in Washington, well, because they're so afraid of communist China, they're afraid of Biden, they're afraid of Hillary. I'm talking about Republicans now. It's amazing what they're afraid of. Hell, Republicans are afraid of putting the wrong ad out. Well, I don't know if I want to mention the vaccine because, man, talk about gutless. Well, tell the truth, become a target. Hats off to podcasters and truth tellers and all the people that are leaving the networks and you're pursuing the truth no matter where it leads. So, to quote Trump a year ago, he said, "Why do Republican senators allow a broken-down hack politician, Mitch McConnell, to openly disparage hardworking Republican candidates for the United States Senate?" You may remember that in 2022. This is such an affront to honor and leadership. He should spend more time and money helping them get elected and less time helping his crazy wife and family get rich on China. Now, everybody was like, how dare you? This is the problem. This is the problem with this country. What do you mean, how dare you? Everybody knows what's going on. This is what's wrong with the current GOP. That's why many of us want to restructure it and take a wrecking ball to the people who have ruined it and turned it into Rhino first, McConnell first, Romney first. We want to put America back into it. We want to put the Constitution back into it. The Republican Party is rotting from the inside, just like the Democrat Party is rotting, except there's more rot with the Democrats right now. So that's the truth. I mean, that's what's going on. So instead of shocking revelations about how much money Biden actually took, you're going to see more revelations about Donald Trump and another indictment. What else is coming? I think if they could, the thing that's so frustrating about all of this, the Democrats go hard on everything. I got to give them credit for that. I mean, you guys are still, the Democrats, to the one or two in the audience, you're still pushing Russiagate. You guys are still going hard on Donald Trump's a sexist. He's a homophobe. He's a racist. Donald Trump he's evil. He's evil. He's an election denier. He's undermining democracy. He launched an insurrection. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. It doesn't even matter if there's evidence. You just hammer. You can go up to Republicans today in the GOP, with the exception of about 8 who I've met. You can just go up to them and say, here's all the evidence to get Biden and them out of politics and actually put some of them in jail. Here it is. And the Republicans will go, nah, I don't know. What do we do? I don't know. I don't want to make waves. I don't know how that would be for the country. I mean, no. You're worried about your own butt. That's your problem. And we know who you are. We know who you are in Pennsylvania. We know who you are in D.C. and Georgia. We know the Republicans that are not Republicans. I don't know what you are at this point. Maybe you're just scared. I don't know, but you better grow a pair, because eventually it's all coming out. It's all coming out. The fact that we give you evidence, you don't go hard on the evidence and fight for the American people. The Democrats, even though they're dirtier than you, they will take the stupidest allegation. They'll turn it into a victory because they just keep going. I mean, they just keep spewing it, whether it's climate crisis, whether it's, the most secure election. Republicans, you could say, here's all the evidence. Here's the laptop. Here's the 20 million. Now you got a bunch of Republicans, some of whom are scared and dirty. They don't. I just thought if I could just get to the end of my career, I just wanted to retire, maybe get into banking, maybe go on the board of like Fox, or maybe, be a contributor. I just wanted to get by this. I didn't want to have to get my hands dirty and tell the truth and fight for the American people, because then the mud's going to come up on me, and I'm afraid. Hold me. That's why we don't like the GOP anymore. That's why there's a MAGA. And you better come to terms with it, because if you really think rhinos are in the majority, you're more out of touch than Mitch McConnell is. And that guy, he's really, I'll tell you right now, he's out of touch. He's out of touch. I got to work on that. I think I need more Southern. He's out of touch. I'll tell you right now. I'm going to work on that. And then we'll do a little skit, maybe later. But in the meantime, I just had to mention that. Now it's $20 million that they've proven. Over $20 million. To the Bidens. How long do we let it go on? It's a simple question. How long do we let it go on? And just for poops and grins, you should call your congressperson or your senator and you should say just that. Hey, Senator Bozo. Hi, is Congressman Pfizer there? No, Congressman Pfizer's not in? Okay. Could I speak? Well, let me just call the other building then. All right. Yes. Okay. I'll call Senator Ukraine. All right, can you get me on the phone with Senator Ukraine? Because the Congressman Pfizer isn't calling me back. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, bite me. So think about where the Republicans have allowed things to progress. Do you think anything's going to change? I'm telling you, it's we the people. We have to start thinking about this. We have to process this. We have to pay attention. How long does this have to go on? I'm not talking about the segment. The segment's going to end here. Right now, we're ending the segment. And we'll be back with another report before you know it. But how long does it go on? How much more do the Bidens get to take a dump on the greatest nation on earth and lie about their kids and lie about their family and lie about their wives and take money while I got to listen to people on The View? I don't have to, but they're out there. We got to listen to the news media and all these people make crap up about the Trumps because they've been told by their bosses, don't cover the Bidens. It's getting bad. Stay with Trump. That's an embarrassment. See you next time.